Girl, I just love the rush, girl. I just love the way I feel. Like, and it's not even so much like while working out. It's like the end of the workout. You just feel like the pressure, the stress, the weight of whatever the fuck it was that you were feeling has just been lifted, I just feel so good after a good workout. Not some lazy shit like I did Saturday, I think it was, but girl, like Sunday and today, like even last Friday. No, I didn't go to the gym Friday. I went to the gym Thursday. Oh my God, like pushing yourself and just your body just feels like it feels worn, but there's like I guess it's because all the hormones and what's that other stuff called? Adrenaline. Like you've tapped into those things. They say, I was watching this video, girl, on TikTok a while ago, and it was talking about how the best time to work out is like when you're sleepy. Apparently, like when everybody, when we first get up, child, we a little girl, like zombie vibes. It takes us about a good hour or two. Some need their coffee, some need their tea, some need a good shower, and a cold one, girl, just to wake up a little bit and get energized. But this dude was talking about how it's actually really good to go to the gym like first thing in the morning, just right after you wake up. And although I don't really get that much of that opportunity, but going when I'm getting off of work fresh Saturday morning, I have noticed that I'll go in that bitch tired as hell, not really wanting to do nothing, but along with the pre-workout helping, it gives you what you need. And then at the end, you're like, damn, like I just got off of an 8-hour shift. I just did 2 hours at the gym. I should be laid out afterwards. Girl, no, you be ended up having a lot more energy. So, and again, everyone's physiology is different, especially mine, because I work overnight. And girl, my sleeping hours are when most people are awake and active. But I don't mind trying things, applying them, and whatever sticks I keep, whatever doesn't, child, I either modify or just toss out the window altogether. Whew, girl. But yes, honey, shout out to the gym. Shout out to the white boys. Let me tell y'all something. These white boys been coming up in here. They just fine. They're just fine as hell. Shout out to the white boys who I was gazing upon, and with booty too. Come on, white boys with booty. Remember, that was only exclusive to, to our men, the black men. But now every race got booty now. Every man I see now has an ass, and they ass be bigger than these girls sometimes. Girl, I just want to shove my face in between those cheeks, girl. Hello. We'll save that for pleasure points, girl. We'll save that for pleasure points. But yeah, girl, just all up in there. Yes, girl. I know a lot of y'all like, girl, your nasty shit is coming out slowly but surely. Girl, whatever, I've been nasty. Girl. Oh, what y'all would call nasty, to me, it's just a Tuesday, okay? Yes, honey. Anyway, whew, girl. Now, let's get into some things, child. So I'm about to head home. Girl. So, girl, this weekend, shout out to TikTok, girl, for keeping me busy, honey. Girl. So, I follow Keith Lee. For those of you that don't know, Keith Lee is a famous, social media, I don't want to say personality, because I feel like that's who he really is. He's also well known as a food critic. Child, he used to be a boxer, girl. He used to do UFC fighting and all that shit, and daddy had to, for it, they ended up knocking the sense out of his ass permanently. Those brain traumas, girl, and those brain injuries, girl, will have your ass down for the count. So I guess Keith Lee was like, girl, I got a family now, I got shit to do, I can't keep on doing this profession, because, girl, at the end of it, yeah, the money is good, yeah, everything is good, but, girl, there's just so much you can do. That's why a lot of football players, heavy contact sports, you know, people, girl, they retire after, you know, just like the military, girl. They do their 4 or 5 years, girl, they 8 years, they 12 years real quick, and they done. Let me go ahead and get what I can get out of this, girl, because you don't want to be walking around here in somebody's wheelchair. You don't want to be having these, what is that, CTE, girl? Child. Okay, so Keith Lee said, girl, I'm gonna do something a little bit better. Do something different. Let's switch the game up real quick. So, girl, like, he has really been on his food critic shit for a while now, and has become a very successful individual in doing so. Keith Lee's power, just to give y'all a little bit of background, his power is so real. His connection to the people is so real that he has actually helped many of businesses stay afloat just because of his food reviews. Failing restaurants, more specifically the mom and pop stores, girl, that don't have a lot of the marketing and the funding behind them. Keith Lee has made it his business, girl, to feature those restaurants, to give honest, hello God reviews of his experiences. And if the response and the review is good, these businesses that were on the brink of, girl, shutting their doors, complete failures, girl, within the time Keith Lee would post his review, and again, if it's a good one, that place will have a line around the corner, bringing these failing businesses back to life. And we love to see it. And he does this with true, genuine nature. He doesn't want nothing from these places. He actually makes it his business to pay for his meals. He doesn't want any special treatment, girl. He wants you to treat him the same way you would treat any other customer walking through that door. Okay, which is why a lot of times he employs his family to go into certain places to order for him, because he is so well known now. He doesn't want someone, you know, in their bias because of who he is to give him preferential treatment. He can't give an honest review of his experience if people are out here treating him better than they do their regular customers. You feel me? I love the concept. I love everything about it. It's real, it's genuine, authentic as fuck, and that's why people love him. So, girl, now that we got all that out the way, Keith Lee spent his weekend in Atlanta, girl. And when I tell you, out of all the experiences that he had, I think there were only 1 or 2 good reviews that he had, okay? Everything else sucked. And you know what's crazy? Is I lived in Atlanta for about 5 or 6 years, right? And I actually worked at several restaurants in Atlanta. And back then, the experiences were not as bad as Keith Lee and a lot of other people, because once Keith Lee was making them videos, a lot of people were coming out chiming in on their experiences in Atlanta. Because for those that don't know, Atlanta is like the food cultural mecca of the South. Okay, girl, you're gonna have your food, hello God, your drinks, your nightlife, like shopping, like it's big. It's really, 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 really fucking big over there in Atlanta. And there's so many restaurants and so many places to eat. The competition is very stiff, girl. It's very stiff. But hey, whatever. And Atlanta is known for fakery, fuckery, and fraudulence. We know that. A lot of people own these restaurants, girl. They don't even have any experience in food or restaurants or even management. That's why a lot of these places are trash. Because you got a lot of people like Peter, right? Cynthia's ex, wanting to open up a restaurant. You wonder why your payroll is lacking. You wonder why your employees are lacking. You wonder why customer service experiences are fucking abominable, you know? Because you got a lot of people who are owning these things just because it looks good, just because they have the desire. Just because you personally like food doesn't necessarily mean that you should open up a fucking restaurant. Hello. A lot of famous people, when they do shit the right way, they actually employ chefs with many years of experience to kind of take over their day-to-day operations to help them run the business that they don't know nothing about themselves. You feel what I'm saying? That's how that should go. So there's no wonder why Keith Lee has had such a negative experience while visiting Atlanta. Okay? All right, so let's get into it. So, girl, he visited the Real Milk and Honey, and girl, they treated him poorly. I've never been to that restaurant before. I don't know much about that restaurant. I have seen some food reviews on them in the past on TikTok, but never been there myself. But girl, bougie black folks, basically. Hour and a half wait times. Keith Lee was not here for preferential treatment because he is who he is, especially after y'all basically just disregarded his entire family. But once he popped up in the building, now y'all can see the bitch. The same thing happened when he visited the OLG restaurant. You know, that's Candy Burrs and Todd Tucker's restaurant, girl. Using Candy's family's likeness and their recipes, girl. And I've heard a lot of reviews about this place, just negative in nature. You got to pay to park. The wait times are crazy. The staff are rude. The food really is overrated. Like, I really believe truly that people just visit and support that restaurant because of the fact that Candy is attached to it. The same way I truly believe Rashida and her fucking cheap ass Shein and City Trends clothing stores are successful because people don't care about, you know, those one wash and dry, you know, articles of clothing, girl. Let's tell the truth. I've heard some reviews about her clothing, the quality of her clothing. You wash and dry them once, the fucking fabrics start to unwind, girl. Hello, you start to feel like a cat that you don't own is hugging up against your ankles, bitch. Because your skirt is beginning to unravel while you're at somebody's party, bitch. Okay? You only wore it once. Washed and dried it once. And you about to be a whole barn, a whole thing of yarn, girl, for cats to chase in the neighborhood. Girl, please. But people only visit that. You know, I heard a long time ago, Rashida was getting upset because people were coming in there not buying anything. They just wanted to take pictures with her. So what does that show? What does that tell you, girl? Your business is successful because of you. If anybody else were to open up that cheap trash, they would not be successful. Their doors would not still be open. So your celebrity can actually bring, hello God, the people. Girl, let's go here real quick, please. So, child, I'm here for it. I wanted to talk briefly about just customer service as a whole. And the Keith Lee conversation, you know, helps bring it all together. And I'm here for that. Because it's very true. Not only did he receive a lot of negative, you know, energy from waiters and hostesses and, you know, just not being able to be seated or people now wanting to bless him now that he, you know, he walked into the building and people know exactly who the fuck this man is. And this is my thing. Places like Atlanta, New York, California, New Orleans, Tennessee, Texas, all of these big names because of your food, right? Your food product. Y'all need to really get your shit together. It shouldn't be because a food critic is coming to a neighborhood near you, because you never know which restaurant he's going to want to walk into or who's going to recommend. That's why your customer service and the quality of your food need to always be on point. The cleanliness of your restaurants always need to be on point. Y'all need to start running these businesses as if every day you're looking over your shoulder waiting on the health department. Hello. Y'all need to be that scared straight, bitch. Every day, you need to be operating your business as if Keith Lee is going to visit your shit every single day. Your waitresses have treated the first 100 guests like shit, but because somebody of a celebrity standing comes in there and is probably going to tell all their other friends and probably make a review about this trash, now you want to get it right. Don't wait on celebrity influence. Don't wait for some big name to walk into your establishment to now want to try to remember the rules. Hello. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's really hard for businesses and it's this. It's not hard to create the standard and have that standard be consistent across the board. Restaurants, let me tell you why it should always be important. Because of the health department, because of a nasty review, because like people literally, you rely on the people and their money to keep your business successful. So why wouldn't you want every single guest for however many years you guys are open for business? Because I noticed in the beginning, because you want the accolades, you want your things, you want the customers to come and you want to start making some of that money that you lost putting this shit together. You want to make that back. So the first 5 years, y'all are perfect on everything. But after the first 5 years, girl, y'all start dwindling in your customer service. Girl, the quality of your food has gone down. Everything that made you guys what you were within those first 5 years is out the fucking window. And Atlanta is so old And although they do have a bunch of new restaurants that have opened recently, you know, I still think that that way of doing things has been lost. And we're not talking about just restaurant experiences. We're talking about retail shopping experiences, anywhere where you have to deal with in customer service. Before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and especially after the pandemic, I feel like these businesses not only just grew tired, they also grew a bit of narcissism. Like, girl, we're Walmart. People will always need us. So it doesn't matter how the customers are treated by our employees. Y'all can complain on the hotline all motherfucking day. You still gonna go to Walmart. Hello. You still gonna shop at the mall, no matter how them bitches treated you at Foot Locker, girl. Bitches need shoes. Like, I feel like the more people need things from these stores, they know that, girl, 1 or 2 customers not coming back. Girl, please. As much shit as I talked about Walmart. When you have made Walmart the standard for certain things that you need, require, and desire, you could talk shit about Walmart all day long. You see, I still go back to Walmart. Like, they know what's up right now, bro. They know what the fuck it is that they're doing. That's just what that really is. Let's just tell the truth. They know that y'all rely on us. You coming to eat. You want to eat our food. We'll treat you like trash. You gonna talk shit, post your little reviews or whatever, but we're still gonna do us. So I think really what it is that the people, you know, we have to start realizing that, girl, these people rely on our money. And I hate to say this too, I see this a lot in Black-owned businesses. I hate to be that. I hate to talk like that, but it is the truth, girl. I think I've experienced a lot of, now, white restaurants too, girl, you know, especially the ones that don't really like Black folks too much. But I'm not gonna lie, I have experienced a lot of rude ass shit dealing with Black-owned businesses, Black restaurants. It's just not... Girl, I will walk in and I will walk out. I will leave you no tip, literally. And if you have a real stank attitude, that means you don't really care about how food is presented to me. So that makes me feel like if the chef or the cook back there drops something on the floor, you be like, child, it don't matter. It just really like takes away from even wanting to spend your money with these places sometimes. If you're not overpriced for no reason, girl, or you have shitty attitudes throughout your, you know, your waitress staff, your host staff, girl, and food is just prepared in a way that you did not give a fuck, it just, I will leave. I've done that before. I went to a restaurant with my nephew last year. He wanted a T-bone steak. I think we were at IHOP or some shit. And he wanted a T-bone steak with eggs, right? Girl, when I mean it looked like the cook just literally threw that shit in the microwave. Cooked the meat in the microwave. That's how it looked. And I said, oh no. I told the waitress, I said, no, you can send this back. And actually, as a matter of fact, because the energy since we walked in this door was trash, and now this food is looking like roadkill, I'm good, baby. Like, we're leaving. And she was like, oh, we'll remake it. No, I'm good. I'm good. Because now that cook is going to get angry and he's behind those double doors. I can't see what he's doing. I don't know what kind of state of mind he's in right now, because I worked in those spaces, and if you piss those cooks off by sending shit back, sometimes they'll do something to your food. I have bared witness to that myself. So, girl, that's why I'm also, when I go to drive-thrus, even though I be huffing and puffing and blowing houses down, I wait till after I receive my food to read the bitches for filth if I felt like I was wronged in any way. I did that at Popeyes a couple times, because, girl, it don't matter where a Popeyes is located. It could be in the middle of a nice neighborhood. Girl, 9 times out of 10, they are in the pits of the hood. But, girl, a lot of rude, nasty, negative shit be coming out of there. I'll just leave the food, girl, but I'm gone. I'll go somewhere. I'll go to KFC, girl, where we don't have those problems. Hello. The chicken might be more expensive, but, girl, so you paying for a service and experience, like a nasty attitude. The food could be amazing, but a nasty attitude will turn me off, and I'll get the fuck on real quick. Okay? But I wanted to say this to end this, like, it's not just Atlanta. Keith Lee, thank you for exposing those very real things that a lot of people have, and because they're regular people, no one cares. No one's going to hear their opinion. But now that Keith Lee and his huge following has stepped through, girl, and has put the girls on notice about all of these things, now people are starting to pay attention. to the quality of these restaurants, their food. In Atlanta, and after the pandemic, I will say there were a lot of rules that a lot of these restaurants started to put forth. Delivery fees, delivery times, adding gratuity to certain groups or more. Like, it's certain rules of, you know, coming in. And I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck who you are or who I am. I'm not waiting an hour and a half to be seated, girl. If I go into a place and the wait is longer than 15 minutes, I'll find it's not that serious. I will find somewhere else to eat. That's just period. I'm not waiting around. I'm not gonna wait around to give you my money when someone else would be willing to go ahead. Girl, they spending their money. Come on, there's a little bit more respect over here. Let's go over here. Hello. There's always somewhere else to eat. These girls be thinking they restaurants are the tea, are the bee's knees. Girl, there's 1,000 of you around the corner. I will go somewhere else. Period. But again, it's not just Atlanta. I think it's all these businesses. And like I said, I think there was this realization that, girl, you build it, they will come. And that's really all from that phrase. You build it, they will come. Yeah, they will. Without even giving a fuck about the customer service, the quality of the service, the quality of the food, the you know, all the things that come with that, right? I think people no longer care. They own these businesses. They just care about the money. They don't care about your experience. But again, I find it funny, and sometimes it takes a big name to put you on blast. And a lot of the girls are not happy about the reviews that Keith Lee has given. Sorry, girl. Swallow that truth. And obviously, if a lot of people are coming out and sharing his sentiments, that means it's always been true. You're just mad because someone with a name, someone with a platform is finally calling y'all out, and the masses are hearing this. You know the power of Keith Lee. He has the power to make or break a lot of these businesses. Let's tell the truth. He does. But like I said earlier, it shouldn't be about the name that walks through your establishment. You should be prepared to deal with every single customer the way that you would deal with someone like Keith Lee. Period. We got to start doing better across the board. I feel a lot of businesses, because a lot of people, the younger generation coming up, they're not putting up with none of y'all bullshit. A lot of these girls will be like, bitch, we got food at home. Fuck, cause you talk. Let's give our money to the grocery store and we can make the same meal we were about to spend $100 on, girl. We was about to bless this entire restaurant. Hello, Keith Lee actually did that. He went to a restaurant that was really good. Really good. He gave the staff $1,000 to split for a tip, and then he gave the guy who took his order $1,000 for himself. Yes, God, honey. Like, but it's a shame that the food mecca of the South, out of all the places he's been to, he only had 2 good things to say about 2 places. But keep on going around this wonderful nation we call America. I guarantee you, you'll experience a lot of the same. People are run down. People are underpaid. The economy is fucked. There's a lot of reasons why people have attitudes in these spaces. I worked for several of these restaurants, and my attitude, I love to deliver great food and good quality. My kitchen was always clean. I made sure that every guest was greeted. They had a wonderful experience, that their food did not take 1,000 years to get to them, that they would receive fresh ingredients, hello God, fresh food on a consistent level. But let me tell you something. If the owners, the co-workers, the managers, if all these are some sad-ass, angry, negative individuals, it could really bring down employee morale. It could really bring down the energy for the employees to even want to do a good job. You got to pay your people right. You got to let them know you care about them. You got to be there to help them. If they're getting slammed and you got one cook, you don't even have an expediter girl or a food runner. The cook and the kitchen manager are doing all the things. You know, a dishwasher. You need all these things. You're in the food mecca, which means that even if your food isn't really all that, you're going to be busy. I've seen that too, where the food was not all that, but you're going to be busy because, girl, y'all got cheap drinks, or, you know, y'all got cheaper food, or y'all are the only ones really open right now because all these other girls got lines out the door. So even if your food is trash, expect you're going to have some customers there. And like I say, rule of thumb, I know we're going back to the old way of thinking, but even if one customer blesses your restaurant, treat them nice. Run your establishment how you would want to walk into an establishment. right? Don't they say do unto others as you want to be done unto you? So you want to walk into something clean, welcoming, a warm environment, somewhere where the quality of service also meets the quality of the food. Because there's nothing worse than like having a great experience on the surface. Everyone is great, they're attentive, the store is clean, but then you get shitty food. It's like, girl, can I just have all of this in one? Can I have a good experience on the surface and my food also meet the quality of that service? No one cares anymore. I think people are in survival mode to the point where a lot of the things people paid attention to and that actually loved about certain places, it's gone down. Period. Like, I can't remember the last time I just had amazing customer service. Through the roof. Like, I don't expect the bitch to go above and beyond. I get it, girl. You working for $4 an hour, bitch. You working for tips. You know, but this is still a job. Like, there are other jobs out there that y'all can be getting that don't rely on tips and that's paying y'all $4 an hour. Like, there are other jobs that I used to watch Undercover Boss and watch some of these people be mistreated by the manager. And before the Undercover Boss, the CEO had to come up out of his costume and shut the whole shit down on your ass. You know, like, girl, find another job. I'm not going to put up being harassed. I'll sue you, actually. That's workplace harassment. That's creating a negative, threatening work environment, girl. Like, there are laws. A lot of these girls be putting up with shit they ain't got to put up with. Girl, if not for $3, $4 an hour, and then the tips ain't that good because, girl, we're not even really booming like that. Find you something else. Stop being in places, especially that, like, girl, like, I see if you work for corporate, you were getting $100,000 a year, put up with that stress because 9 times out of 10, finding another job that's going to have you at the same standing in the same pay, hello, or the seniority that you've all, I get putting up with their foolishness. Like me, I talk a lot of shit about my job, but I've been there for 6 years. I got seniority, girl. I got decent pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you can only go up from here versus me I don't think I'll get what I get going other places. You feel what I'm saying? But girl, all y'all hoes working in these restaurants and these, local places that's getting paid minimum wage and sometimes below minimum wage, and you rely on tips to make it through, girl, you better find you something else. Bitch, please. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think, honey. Do y'all agree with Keith Lee? Girl, and this, like I said, social media is taking over now. Social media personalities are the influence. This could make or break people's businesses. So I highly suggest y'all take note to what I was saying earlier. Just treat it every day like girl, the CDC, the damn health department, the Better Business Bureau is looking for your ass. Look at it as a food critic can just walk in anytime. Treat your business that way consistently, and I guarantee you, when the time comes for a Guy Fieri or for one of these Food Network bitches to walk up in y'all shit, or a food critic like Keith Lee walks up into your business, you ain't got to get ready because you already been ready, bitch. Period. Y'all be blessed and never stressed. Remember that health is truly wealth. And yeah, girl, take care. Bye.